Listen up, Team Apocalypse. We're almost live from the 420 bunker with Doc Dan and Mr. Farnsworth.
All right, we are not quite live from the 420 basement. Hello, everybody, and who are we?
Who are we?
Who are we? That's a philosophical question. Why are we here? What are we doing here?
I'm here because you said there would be beer.
I lied.
Oh,
We are here for you. What does that mean? We're here to spread the news,
deliver the message.
put you on notice,
Mail out the memos.
disseminate a directive,
Issue forth information
dole out the dispatch,
and convey and communicate.
whoa, communicate. That's a
Communicate.
great word. That sounds like French.
Yeah, I only said that because you wrote it down.
And what is that?
I don't know what it
message?
means.
And what is that message?
Hard times are coming.
All right. What do I mean by hard times are coming? Or what does Mr. Farnsworth mean by hard times are coming? We're talking recession,
Depression,
war,
natural disasters.
suffering in great volumes,
Yeah, and time of testing and chaos.
chaos, or as they say in Greece, chaos. Why do we believe this? Because we have eyes.
And history repeats itself.
History is a wheel. Do you know I just came up with a logo for Team Apocalypse, which we will not share now, but in a future episode. We have a Latin saying, and it is rotam vivoro. You know what that means?
Does Mrs. Farnsworth know what that means?
Oh, let's go to see what Mrs. Farnsworth has to say about that. It means the wheel turns.
Say that again.
The
Latin.
wheel
Say
turns.
it in Latin again.
Well, I wish I could, but let's throw it up on the screen, Mr. Editor. Mr. Editor, throw that up on the screen right here.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
All right.
Right. Hold on,
Well-
right there.
We'll do it in editing.
I gotcha.
The wheel turns because just like the seasons, summer, fall, winter, spring, we're in the winter of our history.
I agree.
I believe.
I agree. No, I agree.
We have eyes, we have ears, we're looking at it. The billionaires are squawking. Elon, Jamie Dimon from Morgan Stanley, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, Bill Ackman, Carl Icahn, Peter Zion, they're all squawking that saying, hey, get ready for a downturn. And when billionaires talk, I tend to listen.
Absolutely. And they have the power to make it happen anyway. Trust me.
And many of them want it to happen.
Oh,
We
yeah.
haven't even talked about our friend George
Mr.
Soros.
Or Mr. Gates.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all. If Soros isn't behind one conspiracy, then Gates is.
Oh, well.
So people are squawking, but, and I like big buts. We have good news. It is still not illegal to prepare for adversity yet.
Yet. No, that's the key
Yes.
word. Yet. Well, let our government keep doing what they're doing, and it will be.
It's heading that way. People
Big
talk
pharma
about
has-
preppers being crazy, insane, but you know what? If you're stashing batteries because you might have a blackout someday,
You're a
guess
prepper.
what? You're one of those crazy preppers.
You're a prepper. If you got a little extra toilet paper,
I've got a lot.
you're a prepper. You're a
If you're
prepper.
buying insurance for some future adverse event that you hope will never happen, but you think might happen, maybe a car wreck, maybe a house fire, guess what?
Yeah.
You're one of those crazy
Attitude.
preppers.
If you
Finish
have
these
a-
sentences for me, Mr. Farnsworth. Are you ready?
I'm
What
ready.
Goes up.
Must come down.
There you go. Stock market's going up right now. Guess what's going to happen at some point?
Yeah, and I can't figure out why it's going up, but pretty soon it's going to go down hard,
I think so.
big time.
How about this phrase? I never promised you.
A rose garden.
Hey, there
Got that
you
one.
go.
Got
All right.
it.
How about this? Save some money for a
Well, rainy day, but I don't know how to save money.
You
It burns a hole in
you were
my
thinking
pocket.
save some money for a Vegas trip.
Yeah, Mrs.
You were-
Farnsworth burns through it at an unbelievable pace.
Down, down, down. And here's a saying, it's a long one. So and it's this: hard times produce hard men, and we don't mean men, we mean people in general.
Yeah, not trying to be
We,
sexist.
we are sexist, but
We
we're
are.
not trying to be.
Right.
Hard times produce hard men. Hard men produce good times. Good times produce weak men. Weak men produce hard times. And so,
The circle continues.
yes.
Round and round. I like that saying.
Retam volvitor.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
Retam volvitor. There's my
Volvitor.
Latin kicking
Yeah,
in. That's our
volvitor.
motto. We got to learn that. It's on our logo. It's on our insignia.
That sounds like something they did when they circumcised you.
Yeah.
Retam volvitor.
Sounds like something out of Harry Potter. As you're
Oh,
waving
yeah,
your
exactly.
as you're waving your wand, and
Yeah.
somebody catches on
Retam volvitor. What does that
And
mean again, Doc? Sorry, I didn't mean
wheel-
to get us.
the wheel turns.
Yeah.
History is a wheel. The seasons are a wheel. Our clock is a wheel. Everything turns.
There's no doubt you can judge the future by looking back in history.
Yes, you can. The last way we're going to talk about to prepare for the hard times coming up is knowledge. Are you studying the signs of the times?
Which I think everybody does. I mean, in life,
If you're
Just-
halfway intelligent.
well, if to a certain extent, you're always trying to plan a little bit.
Yes. If you are planning a little bit, and if you're looking into the good signs and the bad signs, and I believe in looking at both.
Right.
I
Right.
used to trade in the stock market back before the clowns got
You were a
in.
day trader.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I was a weekly trader.
Well,
Let's
now-
do that.
Now you can't do that because your trades don't go through like everybody
No,
else's.
no,
Only if you
right.
got big money.
You're always a split second behind, just as the
Yeah.
stock starts to take it down,
Exactly.
the nosedive. But what I learned is what I wanted to happen wasn't necessarily what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And you really have to erase the emotional part
Yeah.
of trading.
Playing the stock market on gut is not a good plan.
No.
I don't know how they do it today anyway, because there's no reason. I can't figure out how the stock market can be at 34,000 today. That makes no sense.
The stock market, and here's a good trader slogan. The stock market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So
Yeah, okay.
if you're betting on that stock market to be rational according to the way you look at it, you're going to go broke before it actually follows how you think it should go. Signs are pointing to a bigger calamity approaching. What are those signs? Nope, not today. Stay tuned.
Yep. Stay tuned. We're gonna get to that.
Join us as the weeks pass. We don't want to just vomit up a bunch of stuff on you and keep you here for 8 hours. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We have meetings on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. We're going to start those again.
Yep, get those going. We
We'll
got a good
talk
group
about
of people.
the signs in depth over time because there are a lot of them. And here's the problem people have with this kind of subject. A lot of people have what we call, well, I don't call it, but sociologists, psychologists call it normalcy bias, meaning we think that everything is going to continue to be normal because it's always been normal. And so we're biased. We can't think of the future any other way than what we've experienced so far.
And the interesting thing in mine and your lifetime, normal has been good.
Yes.
But if we
overly good.
But if you spend any time speaking to your grandparents or your great grandparents, like I had a chance to, their normalcy was not
Right.
so good.
That's why our grandparents saved bent nails
Yep.
and tin pans and aluminum foil.
Yeah,
and
they didn't
you
throw
name
away
it.
in anything.
They were waiting for that normalcy to return back to
Yeah.
their lives.
Yeah.
There's also what I like to call intentional ignorance, and that is,
Ignore it. It'll go away.
why are you
Yeah.
raining on my party?
Yeah. Things are good.
Get out of here with
Yeah.
this. I don't want to be prepared. I want to be taken by surprise and wiped out and
You're-
never know what hit me. That's what I want to do.
You're bringing me down, Dan.
I
You're
know.
bringing me
I am
down.
a buzzkill too.
Yeah.
Danny Downer.
Danny
they call me.
Downer.
I'm
God.
horrible at a party.
What you mean you put food up and you think something bad's gonna happen?
I know, and that's all I can dwell on.
Jesus.
It's like I just walk around all day thinking about doomsday. There's a lot of fear out there. I see a lot of fear where I talk to people and they go, I do believe in what you're saying. I'm totally with it. And I've got, 3 loaves of bread in the pantry in case,
that'll get me through the
hard
first
times.
that'll get me through the first week of the zombie apocalypse.
Maybe.
Yeah.
People just aren't thinking about the fact that, well, and when I was on the island of St. Thomas, your electricity goes out like every other day, and first thing it's out is your water, because water comes from pumps. And so when your electricity goes out and you have no water, you realize that a little bottle of water, it takes about 2 of those to wash your hands. You don't realize how much water we use every day.
So those people on the island, St. Thomas, they actually were prepared then. If they were accustomed to the power going out, the mothers, or at least the good mothers, they had a system of being able to take care of themselves.
You had to expect that the power is going to go out once a week, probably.
And I think
you had a backup generator if you were smart.
If you were rich.
Yes. Or you had access to water in a cistern.
Yeah, cisterns on the roof or
Yep.
something, so you
But
can
how do you get
gravity
the
feed.
water out of the cistern?
Well,
with a pump.
Yeah, well, you got to put it on the roof so you can gravity
You
feed
can
your
gravity
system.
feed. You have barrels of water, but you just don't realize how much water it takes. In an emergency, if you're without water, it's a gallon a day per person, and that's drinking.
Yeah, I was going to say that's just to live.
Right.
That's
not
to survive.
Not bathing. It's not washing your hands. It's not cooking. So it takes a lot of water to run civilization.
And our part of our problem here in the United States is it's been such good normal that we go without power for 2 hours and people are like,
oh man,
they're ready to throw themselves off a bridge.
We're driving downtown and stealing stuff from Walmart.
My smartphone battery's dying. What am I gonna do?
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. So we've been living abnormally is the problem, and calling it normal.
And
thinking this party's just going to last forever. And I hear people saying, well, why aren't the politicians talking about this? They are. A lot of people in other countries are literally talking about, in Sweden, they're saying, get ready.
Yeah.
Get your bunker ready. Because preparation equals peace of mind. It doesn't mean we're focusing on this 24/7. It doesn't mean that we believe the end is coming. I don't believe in an end times. I believe that history is a wheel. And like our logo says, Rotam Vivitur. I'm going to get this right.
I know you will.
I just learned it today.
I know you will.
The wheel turns.
Well, and here's the whole point of prepping. Prepping is a matter of how comfortable do you want to be when shit hits the fan.
Right.
I mean, that's bottom line. Do you want to eat out of the garbage cans? You want to eat other people's refuge? Or do you want to have stuff that you can feed yourself and your family?
Right.
That's what it all boils down to.
You do not want to be the people fighting at Walmart over the last corn cob.
Exactly.
You don't want to be the people buying plywood while the hurricane is actually descending upon you.
Exactly.
You don't want the people going to the water aisle of the grocery store and finding it bare.
You want to have a plan. You want to have,
You want to be chilling at home.
yeah, you want to be prepared.
You also want to be, and I know this is going to blow your mind. You want to be a resource for your neighbors. You want to be that person that your neighbors go, hey, I need to charge my cell phone. I bet you Mr. Farnsworth has
He's
electricity.
got some power.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah, and you know, I've heard so many people say, "Well, I'm not telling anybody." You know, if
I
I
hate that.
if shit hits the fan, I'm shooting anybody that steps on my property.
You want to be the one house on the block where the lights are on.
Yeah, how long are you gonna
And then-
last?
And it's like, I wonder who's prepared here.
Yeah,
You want to be, I want to tell my whole neighborhood, hey, look, don't come to my house with a gun. You can come with some plates and we're gonna get you through this. We need to be resource, not in my book, 13 Missiles of the Apocalypse, which we're gonna talk about in,
right
in
here.
30 seconds, talks about being that resource where you want to be the calm in the storm. You don't want to put on a black hat and become the bad guy, because that's a good way to get hung, stabbed,
Oh yeah,
thrown in jail when the authorities come back in and power is restored. Let's say it takes a month and you decide, well, we don't have any food. I'm going to go steal it from my neighbors. You're going to get killed.
yeah,
or
that's
you're
not
going to
work
jail.
out well. That's, I mean, when we talk about prepping, probably one of the biggest items you can collect are people.
Exactly.
The people around you. You want to. I mean, not
That
everybody.
is what we hoard.
Yeah, you hoard your. You want to know your neighbors for two reasons. Number one, you want to figure out which ones are the good ones, and you want to know which ones are the bad ones.
Yes.
So that's an important part of prepping.
Yep, absolutely. And if you're spreading the message, they may think you're crazy now, and they might say, you know what, let's store a bag of rice.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you've got a neighborhood that's not fully prepared, but it's somewhat prepared, more than it was before you came along and tried to spoil everybody's fun. Speaking of apocalyptic behavior, let's talk apocalypse, because this book, 13 Missiles of the Apocalypse, says that the apocalypse has gotten a bad rap because we've attached a certain word to apocalypse. What is the word that we usually attach to apocalypse?
Zombies.
Zombie apocalypse.
Of course.
So what is an apocalypse? An apocalypse is simply the Greek word meaning an unveiling or a revealing of a future event, which normally describes something that's chaotic, that is winter coming to destroy everything that's weak, everything that is corrupt, everything that is not useful. It is destroyed. And what happens in spring? Rebirth.
It comes back.
So an apocalypse is a destroying, yes, a time of chaos, a time of great destruction, and then it gives birth to spring, and you begin again. There's no end to history.
It's part of that circle.
The wheel turns. Rotam volviter.
And I'm telling you, an apocalypse, the term, it's a matter of perspective as well.
Yep.
Because if Mrs. Farnsworth, if she gets a little short on bonbons, that's a fucking apocalypse. At least it is for me.
Yes,
It's an
It's a personal. There are personal apocalypses.
Yes.
And we're here to show you the way to prepare without panic, without paranoia, without cultish behavior. Although I do want to start a cult. It's been a goal of mine for some time.
A cult.
Yes, because that's where the hot women are, the good drugs, the money. Ask the Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh how the cult turned out for him.
I see where you're leaning.
Didn't he own like 35 Mercedes Benz at one point?
He was a very wealthy man and never filed his income taxes.
I thought, this might be for me. This might be a career path I want to look into.
Just don't poison a bunch of people. No need to
No
spread
Kool-Aid in my cult.
salmonella.
There's no
No.
Kool-Aid in my
I,
cult.
I
all
think
right?
I think he had his groupies put salmonella in the salad bar. That's how he was. It was a test run.
Was that the Bhagwan? Or have we gone Jim Jones?
No. This is the dude in Oregon.
Yeah, the Bhagwan.
Yeah, part of his.
Oh,
They put salmonella in the buffet as a test run to
Wow.
poison people.
yikes.
So
See, my cult's not going to be about that.
yeah, your cult's
It's
peace
going to
and
be very
love,
loving, very loving.
smoking dope.
Lots of love.
Yeah.
Mrs. Farnsworth said she wanted to be a part of the cult if I ever did start one. So
Now I'm jealous.
well, you can join.
Oh, okay.
You just can never see her again. She becomes part of my harem.
Can I be
as a cult leader?
I want to be the test, the quality control.
We're going to test salmonella out.
Yeah. I want to be the quality control.
I had always thought that Salmonella played first base for the Yankees in like 1935. First base, I think.
Salmonella.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll trust you.
We've gotten off track, which is not surprising.
No.
You do not need to engage in cultish behavior to prepare.
No.
You do not need to create your own backyard military. You do not need to devote your entire life to the prepping lifestyle / mentality. Without all that negative, weird stuff, what are we going to do for these people? We're going to talk about, number one, Mr. Farnsworth.
Mental health.
Mental health.
Because trust me, I don't care how much crap you collect. If you don't have it together mentally,
nope,
it ain't going to matter.
We need to be preparing our mental health, which we should be doing anyway.
Absolutely.
Be happy. Have fun. Don't be afraid. What's the worst that can happen? You're going to die. Guess what? Once you die, all your problems are pretty much over.
Yes, they are.
So
But with physical health.
Physical health.
You got to be healthy because you're not going to be able to depend on big pharma.
I
to
love
keep shoving
these
pills at you.
400-pound weekend warriors who are just couldn't climb a set of stairs, but they got an AK and a lot of ammo, and they're ready to go to war.
Oh, I hear them blow my house every night. Blowing shit up and shooting their guns.
Perfect. They're ready for Armageddon. So it's mental health, physical health. We're focusing on social interaction. Man, we are missing. So COVID gutted our social interaction, and it's still a thing. We don't like getting together anymore. It's like it's stuck.
Yep.
There was this COVID PTSD kind of hangover where we still don't want to get together with people.
Pre-COVID, at the parking lot at the grocery store, there were just parking spaces. Post-COVID, there's curb pickup. And we've been out of COVID for how long?
Right.
And they reserve 12 spots. And I see them, I think, well, nobody's using that service. Every day I go to the grocery store, there's still people getting their groceries delivered to them.
Contactless grocery shopping.
I don't get it.
It's fine. It's a service, DoorDash.
Or maybe DoorDash is just me being lazy. I mean, smoke a bowl and you get the munchies. Call DoorDash.
I'll pay twice as much if you just come and deliver it to my door. All right. Activities. We should be engaging in activities, going out, having fun. We at Team Apocalypse are going to have activities, how-to activities, live events. By the way, July 12th. You don't even know this yet.
I don't.
July 12th is our book signing, Team Apocalypse book signing party.
Nice.
At the Longview Moose Lodge. I want to cram 150 people in there. We're going to have music. We're going to have games. There's going to be dancing, partying, because we preppers know how to have a good time. Well, if you're doing it right. If you're doing the right kind of prepping.
Oh, trust me. We're doing it right.
You should be having a good time.
And you're gonna personally, you're gonna have a whole shitload of books.
Book signing party. I'm literally
autograph.
Literally, there's going to be a shitload. That's what I said. I told Amazon, look, they said, how many books do you want? I said,
a shitload.
One shitload.
A shitload.
So
And you're
one
going to allow
shitload.
Mrs. Farnsworth to get a picture with you.
Absolutely. Mrs. Farnsworth going to be there live. Chip's going to be there.
Chip's
Chip's gonna be there.
Chip. I don't want Chip there. Chip gives me the
Ronnie-
creeps.
Ronnie has a gay
Yeah,
kind of
Chip gives me
feeling
the creeps,
with
dude.
Chip.
He was looking at me. I know
Chip-
he was.
Chips. I have a funny story about Chip. So when I first let Chip stay with us, I put him in the bedroom, and Sheila did not know about Chip.
Yeah,
So she
that was
walks in
creepy.
and sees Chip standing there.
You got an audience.
Howdy, ma'am. It scared the shit out of her. She thought it was a burglar. She says, "Do you know about this guy in our bedroom?"
Yeah,
I said,
that's
"Yeah,
Chip.
Chip's gonna be watching tonight." Chip's good at watching.
That's worse than the dog watching. Jeez.
So yeah, Chip was banished from our bedroom.
I don't want Chip anywhere near
Now-
Mrs. Farnsworth.
Now he's down in the basement staring at Mrs. Farnsworth.
Keep Chip away from Mrs. Farnsworth.
So activities, Team Apocalypse. We're having one July 12th. That's a Friday night starting at 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
Going to be adult beverages, open bar. You're going to have to pay for your drinks. Sorry, I'm not know, as rich as some
the
people.
next book.
There
The
you-
next book
That's
you're
my
buying.
goal.
Yeah.
If enough of you buy my book, we might have an open bar at the next event.
Perfect.
All right. It's
Yeah.
up to you. You make the rules here. All right.
All right.
5 on our outline here is knowledge. We are going to be teaching you about food storage, self-defense, gardening, bartering, building your own self-sustaining community. I like to call it team building, which in my book we go into a lot of information on team building. The first part of this book is a disaster movie. It's all the ways that civilization could come to a crashing halt. The second half of the book, the sun comes out, the clouds part.
You've dealt with it. Now you're gonna live.
How are we not only gonna survive these looming hard times, but how are we gonna thrive?
Yeah, we're not just gonna survive. We're gonna
No,
live.
we
We're
are
gonna-
You're
You're gonna be successful.
get through it, and then because we're prepared, we're going to be the ones who are launched forward in society. So what do you have to do to gain access to all this wonderful, practical, life-changing knowledge and activities?
Just listen to us. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Participate with us.
That's right. We are building a business based around meeting people's needs, physical needs, mental needs. If you have ideas or you've been thinking of doing the same thing, but you didn't know where to start, give us a shout out.
Absolutely.
Facebook, Team Apocalypse. YouTube, Team Apocalypse. We're not on Rumble yet. You can email me at dan@teamapocalypse.org. We also have a teamapocalypse.org website.
Oh, nice. Why .org? I've always been curious. Did they run out of
the
.coms?
guy who owns teamapocalypse.com, even though he's not using it, wanted like $3,000 for it. And I said,
POS.
let me show you something. Teamapocalypse.org. Boom. Done.
Perfect.
Plus, we're an organization.
You're right. You're right.
So why not have Team
we're a
Apocalypse?
business. But when I hear
.org.
.org,
Let us know if you're interested in this kind of thing. We are not gonna go we're not moving to Idaho or Waco, living in a plywood shack anytime soon. As our business grows and we become the Elon Musks of prepping, we'd love to take you along with us.
yeah, we're not trying to scare the shit out of people.
No.
We're just trying to get them to get on our train.
P equals P. Preparation equals peace of mind. It's not fear. We're
Absolutely.
not selling fear. We're
No,
selling preparation.
Exactly.
P equals P and F equals F. Food equals freedom. If I lose my job and I have a ton of food in my basement, guess
You're good
what?
to go.
I don't really need to search all that hard for a job.
Yeah, you're
until
good to
my
go.
Mortgage comes due.
That's right. You still got to.
That's a different story right
Yeah.
there. But food equals freedom. That's why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland in America.
So when shit hits the fan, is the bank still going to want a payment?
That's a good question. I'm thinking just like COVID, everything will be suspended for a while.
I know there's some vice presidents of banks that are saying, yes, we want our money.
Yes, and there is a new thing coming. We're gonna talk about this next week. They're gonna pass a new law, and it's not on the books. It's going to be passed where they're going to stimulate the economy by allowing you to have a second mortgage on your home. And what the conspiracy theorists are saying is this is the last way that they're going to grab your home. They're going to allow you to take out a second mortgage on your home with this new government program. And then they're saying inflation's going to skyrocket. You're going to need to be taking out the second mortgage in order to survive and to live. And then pretty soon, guess who owns your house?
Didn't we go through this whole housing bullshit one time before? And we had to bail out the banks?
Yeah.
I think this has already happened.
So watch this coming down the pike. This is not,
oh my God.
The law is not a conspiracy theory. The reason for the law is where every time there's something new, conspiracy theorists come out of the woodwork. But the conspiracy theory is that this is the last. It's a big house grab. They're going to grab everybody's houses because you're not going to be able to afford to live. You're going to lose your job, whatever's going to happen. You're going to take out that second mortgage to buy the groceries, to do whatever, to sustain yourself. And then it's going to last longer than what you can afford to wait out, or your money is going to run out. They're just going to grab all your houses. So,
Doc, you will own nothing and you will like it. You will be happy.
Yes.
That's trust me. You will own nothing and you will be happy.
Well, I already got the first part down.
It's just because
I'm already
figure out how to make you happy.
I'm way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I got you. I'm halfway there too.
That's okay. All right, that's all we've got for you now. Remember, you can buy this book right now on Amazon.com. You can buy it on Kindle. You can buy a Kindle version, $2.99. You can buy the paperback version for $10. I think it's $9.99.
$9.99.
I wanted it to sound, official.
Bring it to the book signing. Get it autographed.
July 12th, you will bring your book to the book signing. We'll also have books for sale there. I will sign it for you. We're going to have music, drinking, dancing. Going to be a good time. Don't miss it.
Doc, are you going to sing karaoke?
We are. Not just me.
I get to sing.
I'm getting some of the best singers together, and the good news is Mr. Farnsworth will not get a microphone.
No, I get to sing.
We're going to do a podcast from there. We need to do a podcast.
I'm doing Johnny Horton.
Oh, yeah. Take us out with some Johnny Horton.
In 1814, we took a little trip along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty...